Well, this is going to be a controversial video. So, as everybody probably knows, I don't talk that much about policy on this video. Why? I don't know. And I'm kicking myself in the back for not doing it, for not talking about, policy. So today I've decided, you know what? We're going to start talking a bit more on the issues that I usually have. And today we're going to be talking about why Republicans need to embrace a national conservative agenda. And I'm going to clear some things out right away. I consider myself to be a national conservative. But that doesn't mean, it automatically means fascism. Look, nationalism existed, I think 140 years before fascism was even created. So stop this crap that nationalism equals fascism. Sure, fascism is a variant of nationalism, but it's not a good variant. That's just my opinion. But you get the point. Fascism doesn't equal, or nationalism doesn't equal fascism. Fascism is just a specific variant, a more extreme or, quite frankly, ludicrous version of nationalism. What I am saying, however, is we need to be actual conservatives on issues. And national conservatism is nationalism with a blend of conservatism that focuses on upholding the national and cultural identity of a country. This Wikipedia page actually does a decent job of discussing national conservatism. That's a first for Wiki. Usually it's like the Nazis are, like nationalism equals Nazism. Here it's not. It actually does a decent job explaining it. Now, this is a disclaimer also. When I say we need to assimilate other cultures into the American culture, that's not me saying, oh, you must automatically become a Christian. No. Look, I understand the freedom of religion, and I respect it, and I have my own opinions on religion. But still, these people should still assimilate into our culture. We have an American identity. We've always had it. So stop this crap of, oh, that's racism. No, it isn't. Nearly every other country that's not, collapsing right now, well, they have their own version of assimilation. We need to embrace assimilation in America. The Republican Party needs to grow a pair on it, on the issue of immigration. Reduce unnecessary immigration. At the same time, stop this crap of, oh, it's racism to assimilate. No, these people need to assimilate, which we've been doing already for the entire time America's existed. We had some kind of assimilation, but now it's basically no assimilation whatsoever. We need to stop that and actually have an assimilation program. Now, I can already tell what's going to be the controversial one is the family values part. This is my disclaimer, all right? Do I believe marriage between a man and a woman? Yes. Does that mean I want, bad things happen to old gay people? No. Absolutely not. No, these garbage that, just because you're against gay marriage, you want bad things to happen to people that are gay. No, that's false. That's a falsehood. That's bullshit. Just because I think a traditional marriage is between a man and a woman, an actual man and an actual woman, not this crap that's being pushed now, that doesn't mean we need to get rid of old gay people. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, however, is the left has completely redefined what marriage was, which marriage was always a religious issue. It was never a governmental issue. And plus, in the Constitution, it doesn't guarantee anything about a marriage. It just doesn't. I'm sorry to break this to you people, but where the Constitution doesn't even mention marriage, it was always a religious thing. And religion, freedom of religion, etc., most religions always recognized it was between a man and a woman. Just because you have an opinion on it doesn't mean it's right. For example, Christianity, a man and a woman, that's a marriage. A man and a man, not so much. Now, I'm not saying, I'm against stuff like civil unions. If a couple wants to be together and they want to be able to file taxes easier or something like that, fine, I don't care. But redefining what a marriage is for these religious institutions is garbage. So that's my hot take. Again, I'm not saying, ban gay people. That's not what I'm saying at all. In fact, I'm saying quite the opposite. If they wanted to have a civil union, I don't care. It's just when they redefine what a marriage is. All right? So hopefully nobody takes it out of context. Always somebody they're going to splice it up and all that good stuff. So again, I just think marriage is between a man and a woman. And I think that the government had, quite frankly, no right to define, oh, that's actually not the case. But that's whatever. So what else is there for national conservatism? Well, that's kind of the main gist. Bring back family values, bring back a cultural identity, reduce unnecessary immigration. Now, on economics, this is where it becomes a complete shit show. A lot of parties have, most national conservative parties in the West, they have their own different variants of economic policies. Some of them support a mixed economy. Some of them support a laissez-faire economy. I'm kind of in the middle. We need to have, necessary restrictions on monopolies. But I'm not saying the government should decide your health care. That's ridiculous. And I'm also not saying that some government programs don't need reform. For example, Medicare, but not by gutting it. That's just stupid. What we need to do, however, is look at each policy and be like, okay, how can we improve it without going gung-ho on it? I'm kind of a centrist when it comes to economics. I know, a filthy centrist, but I like to look at every economic issue from the top up, like grand view of like, okay, if we mess with X policy, how would it affect others? Because economics is a bit more debatable about what's right or wrong. It's not like social policies where it's like, yeah, this is quite frankly correct. So economic policies, it depends on the issue. Now, the question many of you probably have is, okay, name some parties that embrace national conservatism and that actually succeeded. Well, this year we had two major ones. The first was the Brothers of Italy in, of course, Italian land. Well, to say that they succeeded is an understatement. Even as of today, they keep going up and up and up in the polls. They showed you, yes, a national conservative party can succeed. And many are going to say, oh, well, Italy's more conservative. True. But there was a second major party in Europe, and not in Southern or Western Europe. This was in Western Europe, in particular in Scandinavia. The Democrat Socialist favorite part of the world, even though it's more conservative than some Republicans. Well, the Sweden Democrats, funny name. Well, they have become a national conservative party. They were a national conservative party, kind of still are, and there's some policies they've kind of bent the knee on because it is Sweden, but still, they are fairly right-wing, in particular for quote-unquote Sweden, the socialist paradise of the West. It's like, not really. But either way, these guys, they did pretty good the last election. They got, I think, 73 seats in the Reichstag? I think that's the correct way to say it. Don't quote me on it. But Republicans need to realize there's many parties that have worked in the West. In countries like Sweden that I wouldn't necessarily say is the most conservative nation. Now again, this is another thing before we end today's video. Going back quickly to the whole family values part, because I did read something real quick. I understand that some of these issues we can't really talk about right now. It sucks, but it's true. What I'm saying, all right, is this doesn't have to be implemented tomorrow. I'm saying we need a slow, steady shift. Just like the Democrats did. They slowly shifted every year or so on all the issues. They became more extreme, but slow. They slowly burnt it into their voters' minds that this is actually common sense. What Republicans got to do is do the same thing, but it's not extreme. It's actual common sense. So anyways, folks, I understand a lot of people are going to be pissed off by this video. But again, I just think some of these issues is ridiculous that we even bent the knee on in the first place. But whatever. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.